Cut the leash before it drags you under. Now listen, because I am about to lay this out so clearly that even the people pretending not to hear will suddenly feel their ears ringing. You ever notice how some folks latch onto you like their personal life raft, acting like you're the oxygen tank they never paid for? Oh, they hold on tight, not because they love you, not because they value you. No, it's because their own life is a crumbling tower and they need someone sturdy to lean on while they pretend they're not the ones who knocked their own foundation loose in the first place. And here's the kicker. They do all this with a straight face. The audacity is spectacular. They're drowning in problems, drama, and woe is me. Yet somehow they still find enough breath to blame you for every mess they created long before they ever met you. Suddenly you're the villain in a story they wrote with their eyes closed. But let's really talk, because I know you've seen it. I know you've lived it. You start climbing towards something better, something you've fought for, sacrificed for, cried for, and here comes the human anchor, ready to clip their leash to your ankle the second you gain momentum. They don't want progress, they want company. And nothing irritates a stagnant person more than watching someone else refuse to sync with them. These people attach themselves to you like it's a full-time job, but you're the only one paying the price. You're out here hustling, scraping together what you need, juggling bills like a circus act, sweating just to keep a roof over your head, and they stroll in like they're entitled to benefits from a job they never worked. But the moment you say no, they act confused, offended, shocked, because how dare you refuse to sacrifice your sanity to maintain the fantasy that they are not responsible for their own downfall? Let's be honest. Half of the excuses they give, they recycle them like bad punchlines. They can't do this, they can't do that, everything is too hard, the world is against them, the sun sets wrong, the moon disrespects them. Whatever story makes them feel better about refusing to take accountability. And meanwhile, you're over here holding your life together with tape, prayer, and pure willpower. Yet somehow you're expected to babysit grown individuals who treat effort like it's an allergic reaction. At some point, the truth needs to stop whispering and start shouting. You cannot keep shrinking your own oxygen so someone else can breathe comfortably in their chaos. You cannot keep letting somebody else's misery become the soundtrack of your life. You cannot save people who refuse to stand up when you put the ladder right in front of them. And you absolutely cannot allow guilt to trick you into carrying weight that never belonged to you when you are suffocating. Who is running to save you? Exactly. Silence, crickets, maybe a sarcastic breeze if you're lucky. Everyone has hands until it's time to lift something for you. Then suddenly they lose motor skills. That's why you need to put your foot down firm, unshakable, unapologetic. Release yourself from being the emotional power outlet people keep plugging into without permission. You get one life. One. And you spend it juggling the responsibilities you didn't ask for, while people who contributed nothing whisper comments about how you should have done things differently. Notice they always have advice, never results. Always commentary, never accountability. Always opinions, never action. Let me say this loud and clear. You are not obligated to drown just because someone else jumped into the deep end without learning to swim. You are not responsible for fixing an entire disaster zone that existed long before you arrived. And you are definitely not required to entertain people who treat your generosity like a bottomless resource. It is time to separate from the people who trap you, drain you, and slow the pace of your growth because they fear being left behind. They will call you selfish, dramatic, heartless, anything to distract from the truth that they have been using you as a life support system. Let them talk. Let them spin whatever stories they need to feel better. Meanwhile, you'll be out here breathing again, thinking again, living again, and that freedom will speak louder than every complaint they can invent. Now, guys, these last few months have been a blessing, and I am stepping into this next creative chapter in full professional mode. If you haven't already, check out my profile, learn a little more about who I am, and follow so we can stay connected. Your support matters more than you know, and I appreciate every moment you give to listen. Your support helps me more than you realize, so feel free to like, support, and subscribe. Crowning Thoughts True Speaker Copyright 2025 by Santiago DC Maria, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike 4.0 International CC by NCSA 4.0. I love you all. Stay blessed and thank you for listening. Love always, Santiago DC Maria.
Thank you for listening.